at what percentage of the project timeline it's ideal to do the quantitative risk analysis for the first time?
The very first time should be very early, when you're trying to even understand the efficacy of the project itself. Do I want to do this project? That's always a good place to start. Now, the results you get at that point are going to be different from the results you get later. The results you get early on are very broad, but it helps understand, it helps put a box around the thing. It helps understand context and that sort of thing. It also helps drive contracting strategy. As I mentioned before, you need to be careful. Sometimes it's better to go lump sum, sometimes it's better to go reimbursable, sometimes it's better to do some kind of a max price or there's a zillion different contracting methodologies, but the key is, depending on your risk profile, you may want to do different delivery methods, which is contracting methods. And so that helps drive that strategy or that output. It also helps understand contingency amounts. It helps negotiations. It helps all kinds of things. If you're negotiating with governments or regulators, it helps with that. So yeah, it's early on and all the way through. Once you get to about 75% complete, I'll say, usually that means you're coming down and you've peaked in headcount and you're coming down. Usually at that point, you have to, it's sort of like the early slide I showed about the hurricane and how the cone gets wider as you get farther away from it. Once you get almost done, there's very little room to maneuver anyway. So it's usually at that point you stop, and then it just becomes a punch list thing to get things done.